Welcome. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. We had and ate a lot and had a lot as balanced with their with their desserts. I know I did. So it was an incredible time with family and with people you love and just to be and essentially just to be grateful, just to be in a spirit of gratitude of that which you are grateful for. It multiplies, right? Gratitude makes a feast out of a meal. Gratitude brings things out of brings value when you vibrate in a state of gratitude. I mean, it is incredible what things can happen when you're there. I mean, everything good happens from that. So we have some incredible announcements. We have an incredible training coming your way, and also Mr. Alex Reynoso also popping in as well in just a moment. So first thing, let's go ahead and start with the announcements. I got Mr. James Lenhart. James, how are you, buddy? Let me see if I can find you. Oh, there you are.
I'm good.
Welcome, James.
I can hear me?
Yes, we can. We got some exciting announcements, don't we, to talk
Yes.
about?
I'm very excited for what we're going to talk about now. As you can hear, my sinuses are clearing up. Everything is coming out. If you didn't know, I was extremely sick for about 4 days in Mexico. It was interesting. While we were launching all the different things that we've been launching, and just as an update too, there's a lot of things going on internally and externally in the company that are amazing, and we're also experiencing some challenges as we go through this transition. And so it's really imperative that we're super patient with support because support, we are really reconfiguring how they've done support for the last 3 years using the ticketing system. So just a word of caution as you go into support is that if you create a ticket and they close it, it's okay to reopen it. If you think it wasn't resolved or you think something has been going on, just reopen the ticket. You don't need to go create a new one. Just make sure that you reopen that ticket because support is trained to close the ticket when they've gotten to a place where they either can't go further or whatever it is. So if you need more assistance, just reopen and reopen that ticket. So just a word of caution there on support, and there'll be training on this and everything as well. But we've had one of our largest days in a long time on Black Friday. We were close to $1 million in sales on Black Friday, but over total, we have really surpassed every day that we've done the previous month. And so as we start to grow and we start to really evolve, the one thing that we know is that the system is working. Now, on the display side of it and being able to really understand the back office, that is what we're really working on. And we're about a week and a half behind where we should be because, as you know, we had to do some really huge upgrades as we launched the system because data from the past company, we had to adjust it. But we've gotten through that. And that was unforeseen until we did the actual launch of everything. But now we're through that, and now we can actually do the things that are fun, making really awesome reports, making it very easy for you to see what rank you're going for. And some of the announcements we came out with, and I'm going to share with you now, are based on some of those things that we've been going through over the last 2 weeks. And because we're behind a little bit, we're doing some things that are kind of unprecedented. I know this company has never done anything like it, but I know other companies don't do anything like it either. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you where to go find all of this. Now, eventually this will all be in your back office. The Vital Academy is getting an upgrade this week. Resources, we're going to have a grab and go section for social media posts. There's so many things that we're getting ready to release. We just have to get through the commissions cycle that we came out of, making sure all the numbers are correct. If your numbers aren't correct or there's something going on, just let us know. Be calm. We'll resolve it. It's all gonna be good. Again, that's one of the things Alex has really made it very apparent to the team that things need to get resolved. That if commissions are off or volumes are off or whatever it is, we fix it. That's our goal. So just know that we will correct things if you're seeing anything that are not accurate. We'll correct them. We'll backdate them. We'll pay. This is not about the company doing things and then not living up to the expectations. This is about us getting through this together. So I'm going to go to our Facebook group here and just show you where it is that you can find what's going on. So one of the things is we put under guides. Now, again, this will all be in your back office probably by Monday, but we put in guides all of the Black Friday deals. So if you're wondering, what deals are available now, all of the deals are available for everybody. So the really cool thing about this is that every day we released a new deal, and now they're still available all the way through December 1st. So the day one is still available until Monday. So we're doing it all through Black Friday week into Cyber Monday. And so we have one more day, day 6, which is tomorrow, where we'll release some more of these. But all of these you can find right here. So if you need graphics, if you need to share this with your team so you know what's going on, tomorrow, once all of the deals are out, we will post all of the customer deals inside the customer Facebook group or the testimonial Facebook group. So you'll be able to tag people in there and be able to do that as well. So that's where you can find all the Black Friday deals. Now, one of the other things we released, which I think when Alex came up with this, I was like, it was the first time I was like, "Are you sure you want to do that?" And he's like, "Nope, I want to do it." I'm like, "Okay, great." So I'm going to go down here. We extended the 222 promotion. So you got to use promo code 222 at checkout, and that is now extended through December 4th. So month end for November is December 4th. So anything you do through that time period will count for November. And so we've extended that through that, and you can use 222 to do that. The other one I wanted to go over was, there's the call for today, was our rank up project. Let me see if I can find this real quick. I have to pin this to the top. That's my problem. You gotta pin this bad boy to the top. Look at all these awesome people coming in here. Where is my? Now I can't find it. Of course, I just saw it 2 seconds ago. Here it is. There's the rank up project. Here's the rank up project. So here's what Alex came up with. He said, "I got a great idea." I was like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Yes, I'm sure." I'm like, "Okay, let's go." And so basically, what this is doing is this is allowing you to use all of the volume in November towards a December new rank. So if you don't know, there's something we call rollover here at the company where any new welcome packs that come in after the 25th of a month, all of that volume can be rolled over to go for your next new rank. So let's say, for example, in October, I was an Emerald. And at the end of the month, I had 10,000 in volume come in and the 25th on. Then in November, I'm going for Diamond. I can use that 10,000 rollover to go to Diamond now. Now, I can't use it to requalify for Emerald, but I can use it to the new rank. So basically what we're doing is we're extending that rollover to the entire month of November. So it doesn't affect commissions. So we'll still get paid commissions for November, like we always do, and you'll get your monthly check in December, and we're gonna pay that out as soon as we possibly can for whatever you do and whatever you accomplish by December 4th, you'll get paid that in December. So commission's not changing. The only thing that's changing is we're saying you can roll over all the volume from November to use in December to a new rank. So same example as if I was an Emerald in October and I had 10,000 in rollover at the end of the month. Guess what? I can use all 25,000 to go to Emerald towards next month to hit Diamond and above. Does that make sense? Put a one in the chat if that makes sense. So all we're doing is we're using all the rollover volume. So basically what this is going to mean is that we're going to have thousands of rank ups from bronze all the way up to the colored diamonds. And that's where we're going to start the year with a bang. Now, why are we doing this? Because some of the rank things in the back office, the numbers aren't matching up exactly. So we wanted to be able to give everyone, hey, listen, if you don't hit the rank because of what's going on with the reports, which will all be cleaned up this week, then it's okay. You can hit that rank again and 10 times bigger than what you were. On top of this, anyone that purchases a pro pack or upgrades to elite or purchases an elite from yesterday through the end of the month, they're going to get $100 in loyalty on top of it for a pro pack. They're going to get $200 in loyalty on top of it for an elite pack. Again, that will be paid out in December to them. And so these are things that you have the ability to do. And finally, last but not least, we are extending the 30% loyalty. Now, there was some confusion about this. That's why we're extending it. So anybody that places an order and activates their account by the end of December next month, they will start January at 30% loyalty. Now, it doesn't lock them in for life. It does lock them in and start them there. So if I did that and I was, locked in by the end of the year, January, whatever orders I place, I'm getting 30% off. Now, if I miss and I don't place an order in February, I go back to zero again and I have to rebuild it back up. So just know the 30% loyalty will stay in effect as long as people continue to order, either on auto ship or not on auto ship. It doesn't matter either way. And then eventually we'll be able to make these loyalty dollars available for retail customers as well. But I know that was a lot of announcements. We've got Black Friday deals all the way to December 1st. We've got this rank up challenge. We've got the 30% loyalty. I mean, I don't think we can throw much more kitchen sink at everyone. But I'm sure for Cyber Monday, maybe we'll come up with one more thing. But again, all the deals are out now, ready to rock and roll. And so I think that's all I have for you, David. Back to you.
All right. Who's excited about ranking up? I mean, what an incredible opportunity. I mean, put a one in the chat if you're excited about ranking up. I mean, who's gonna reach a new rank in January? I mean, counting all the volume for November, counting all the volume for December, and being able to rank up to start January with a brand new rank. I mean, and some of you might say, "Whoa, how does that work?" Well, it works that you're coded at a higher commission. Remember, as you keep ranking up within the unit level and you keep ranking up even within the binary, the coding of higher commissions come in. Plus, the additional, you have recognition and a little bit of bragging rights now you have to tell people, say, hey, listen, I just ranked up 3 ranks. I just ranked up 4 ranks. I know I spoke to you 2 months ago, but you got to take a look at this right now. I just hit diamond. I just hit emerald. I just hit double diamond. I just hit red diamond. I mean, this is incredible. Amazing, amazing, guys. I I get excited about this. This is absolutely insane of what can create what we create with this. Congratulations to every single one of us, and man, let's start off the 2026 with an incredible rank promotion, your rank promotion, and this is the time to do it, guys. This is the time for every single one of us to run faster and harder than ever. Thank you, James Lanhart, for everything you're doing, buddy. We certainly appreciate you. We show a lot of love to Alex as well, who's going to be here shortly. But let's go ahead and get started. I want to talk to you about how you can take advantage of 2026, what you can do to take advantage of 2026. And when it comes to building, when it comes to duplicating, it has to do something systematic. So one of the things that you're about to start seeing, um, one of the things you're gonna start seeing is you're gonna start seeing a system within the back office called Duplicate. And I'm gonna go over this system called Duplicate so you can see it and we can already start applying it within your business, within your teams. But the Duplicate system is a very 8-step system. Duplicate with a little 8 on the top. Thank you, James. That was a little clever little thing you got there. Thank you. All right.
I
Brooke
like I
just
like your pink water bottle. It's very
Oh, thanks. I was gonna say, Brooke just came to say, Brooke, can you give me some water? And she gives me a pink water bottle, but it's all right,
you
you know.
should put a little unicorn on it and
It,
you'll
it,
be
it has well, it had collagen, you know, so it's great. It goes with the collagen. Well, thank you, babe. So we have the duplicate system, and we're going to talk about some strategies on how to launch. We're going to talk about some strategies on how to duplicate, and some strategies on how you can go about it. Thank you, guys. Thanks for the pink support, by the way. So we're excited about this. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen right here for every single one of us, and we're going to go ahead and get this thing started to every single one to help you duplicate and to really launch your business to the next level. Ultimately, my friends, this is what this is about. It's about creating duplication within your business, creating volume, and having more people winning within your organization, more people winning with your organization. And that's what this is about. So let's go ahead and let's talk about the first thing I want to talk to you is about the bear philosophy. The bear philosophy. The bear is the mindset of an entrepreneur. And obviously we know how to spell bear. And the B starts for believing. It stands for believe. Your belief in your business is the engine that runs your business. It's the gas that runs your business. And I tell people that if you have a small belief, you have a small gas tank. And what happens is resistance hits. It's like flying the plane. If you heard that when in the plane when they take off, they use 70% of the fuel in order for them to be able to get to the cruising altitude. In order to then do that 70% of the fuel, see what's happening all the way up is resistance is happening. So the resistance is what's happening, and the fuel in your business is your belief. It's your belief in the product, your belief in yourself, your belief in your goals, your belief that you can make this happen, your belief in the company, your belief in the compensation plan. Your belief has to be all the way full, because resistance is going to come. Resistance in your old habits, resistance in patterns of thinking, resistance of negative people, the resistance of maybe this is not for me. That is the resistance you're going to acquire that's going to come towards you. So your belief is the engine. The high belief increases confidence, conviction, and influences, and you start influencing people. Belief grows through product experience, testimonies, events, mentorship, results. You want to increase your belief. And now with the new promotion that we have, the rank up promotion, I'm telling you, this is the time for you to deposit belief. How many of you can just feel excited for jumping two, three, even four ranks in the month of December and starting January with that type of momentum, with that type of belief in your gas tank? I'm telling you, that's what makes it happen. So number one, if the B stands for belief, you got to have an increased belief. But next, belief is not enough. It has to turn into enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is the most contagious of all emotions. I told this story before that I had an experience where I went to a restaurant with Brooke, and we were having a great time. But just two tables down, there were some people laughing. They were being loud. They were having fun. Actually, they were very enthusiastic. And I remember Brooke and I stopped talking, and just to listen to their conversation, because they were having so much fun. We had to know what they were talking about. And then after we figured out what they were talking about, we started talking about that what they were talking about, because we wanted some of that enthusiasm. It was contagious. And the funny thing is, we didn't even know what we were doing, but it happened. That's how enthusiasm is. You got to be enthusiastic about your opportunity. The word enthusiasm comes from the Greek word entheos, which literally means God within. You got to let the kingdom of God within you come out, so you can attract all these people. So people will follow your energy, your passion, excitement. That's what that's what this is about. I'm telling you, I said this to a group of leaders just recently. I was mentoring a group of leaders, and I told them, hey, committed people don't create momentum. Excited people create momentum. You got to be enthusiastic. You got to show it in your emotions and your way you walk and the posture. You got to be excited and let people get excited by being next to you. And maybe you're just a. I mean, I'm typically throughout my day very, very, very calm, very mellow. But if I'm a five, I can increase it to a seven, right? If you're at three, you're not gonna go to all the way to 10. It's probably not possible, but you can increase it to a five. If you're a five, you can increase it to a seven. If you're a seven, definitely get to 10. You want to go ahead and increase your enthusiasm to start attracting people into your business. So, and the next thing is, after you believe, after you have enthusiasm, you got to take action. This is the right type of action now. When it's powered up by enthusiasm and belief, forget about it. This is now people are going to be really, really attracted. You start taking action is backed up by enthusiasm, and you start creating momentum. And the action now is different. There's a different type of action to have a dry action than to have an action that's backed up by enthusiasm and belief. Completely different, actually. Completely different. You can do the same thing, but backed up by two different forms of energy. I'm telling you, it's completely different. You start this. This is the action that you want to take, and last is then you get results. You see, it starts with belief, enthusiasm. You did the action, and then you get the type of results, and those results will come. And what ends up happening is very simple. Most people, unfortunately, what most people are seeing within their business is that they skip the process. You see, the process BEAR, but people say, well, I'm just going to go to action and I'm going to see about getting my results. You see, when you go out there and you take action without belief, without enthusiasm, the same results won't come. This is like I was just Thanksgiving just happened, so a lot of cooking just happened. When you have when you have a recipe to a pie or recipe to something, and I was cooking the gravy and I messed up the gravy. I put a little too much ginger in it, and guess what? That recipe got messed up, but then Brooke came in and Brooke's brother came in and corrected it. So but you can do the same action without certain ingredients and you won't have the type of results that you want. But I'm telling you that this is what makes a difference. When you if you look at the leaders they are out here making it happen, they have the bear philosophy, they have belief, enthusiasm to take the great action, and then the results. And here's what happens: the right results increases your belief, increases the belief, and then the cycle begins all over again. So it's a complete cycle for you and your team. So let's talk a little bit about strategy, what you have to do in order for you to make this happen. Here's the first thing you have to understand is that launching your business is key. And I want to create a culture and an organization where everybody's getting launched. You're getting launched. Now we understand that here in Vital Health, we have all sorts of people coming in. Some people are here just to go ahead and sell product. Some people are here to sell product online and want to be influencers. Some people are here to actually build teams. But wherever you're at, you still have to launch your business. And launching is all about speed is key and consistency is key when it comes to launching. Speed of exposures is key. These are the two ingredients that are going to create massive momentum for you. The speed and the consistency of how you go out there and show this to other people again and again, expose people into the business. So you gotta understand that when it comes to launching, it has to happen when someone gets started. Everybody that gets started, they have I said this before, they have a especially brand new, you have a sign that says help me. Every person that gets started, you got to launch them within the next first 48 hours. You got to launch them as quick as possible because the belief again and the enthusiasm is always highest in the beginning for a brand new individual. Now eventually what ends up happening, we come to an event, and when you go to an Vital Health event, I was talking to a friend here of over ours, yes, just the other day, Mr. Wilson, and he went to a different convention to two different companies, us being one of us, and the week before he went to this convention to this company to go check it out, which is very interesting. And he went to go check it out, and he would say it was very professional, it was very nice, it was very technical, it was very proper. He goes, and then I went to VitalFest. And for those of you that went to VitalFest, you know what that's like. VitalFest, he says, David, it was the event. It's all emotion. It's all heart. He says, I couldn't help but to be attracted to VitalFest and to Vital Health, and that's how it is. You see, it's about enthusiasm and emotion, and he was attracted. He went to two different conventions, by the way. By the way, that one other convention was bigger than ours. We had about 900 people in ours, but still, he was just excited about when he went and he saw what Vital Health is all about. So yes, that creates an enthusiasm for people and belief. But in the beginning, brand new person, they're excited about it. So we got to strike while the iron's hot. So here's the first step in duplicate. First step in duplicate, of course, is you got to have a clear dream. You got to know your why you're here. What are you here to achieve? So when someone gets started into the business, we got to ask them, hey, what's your dream? What is your goal? What do you want to accomplish with Vital Health? If Vital Health is a genie lamp and you get to make a wish, what will be your wish? What is it that inspires you to go out there and be able to maybe face your fears or do things? I mean, because here's what I know. My mentor said, David, he said to me, David, if you don't have a clear why, if you don't have a clear dream that inspires you, that touches your heart, here's what's going to happen. The first obstacle that comes, you're going to fool your tent and you're just going to go away. He said, David, you got to have a clear dream. You got to have something that inspires you to move you. It's like having a North Star. And North Stars that you have in front of you, and it's constantly in front of you, and you're just looking at it. My mentor used to say to me, David, out of sight, out of mind, if you're not looking at it, if you're not thinking about it, guess what? You're not going to be able to have it attract that into your life. So first one, when you're sitting down with people, you got to have a clear dream. Here's the next step. Next step, of course, is make a long-term commitment. Not a short-term commitment, but make a long-term commitment. This business rewards consistency, and commitment creates stability. A real commitment, a real decision. This is what this is all about. You got to decide. The word decision, again, it comes from the Latin word, which also literally means to cut off all points of retreat. You got to have that mindset that this is it for me. I'm going to make this happen no matter what. And I'm here for the long term. Most people, unfortunately, they give themselves a 30 days, saying things like, I'm going to give this next 30 days, see what happens. See, you're already failed. You're already lost. It's like me going, it's like you getting married, and let's say you just got married, you bought a beautiful home, and you unpack everything, and 6 months later, your spouse, you're cleaning around, and you open a closet, and you see a bag full of clothes, and you ask your spouse, hey, what is this bag full of clothes? That you forget to unpack it? And your spouse tells you, baby, I love you so much, but just in case things don't work out, that backpack's there for me, just in case. Now, I love you 99% though. I can we agree that that relationship is not going to work out? It's not going to happen. Why? Because he wasn't 100% committed. This is the same thing when it comes to your business. You cannot come in here with the commitment level of like, I'll do this until I get my first no, until the product doesn't arrive on time, until the website doesn't work for a week, until don't you cannot come in here this way. You got to come in here. I'm going to make this happen no matter what, until I win, until I accomplish my my goals. So number two, be a product. Number two is making long-term commitment. Number three is be a product of the product. I mean, this is an easy one, right? Use the products daily. Your personal story becomes your most powerful tool. Ask Andrew Chapa. I mean, Andrew Chapa has a story of an incredible immense power. I mean, this gentleman is just telling his story left and right. I mean, that's that. What an incredible opportunity that is for you to have a story. And that if you don't have it, maybe you're a very healthy individual. Even the healthiest individuals, by the way, desperately need our products. But I can say that if you're a healthy individual, go create a story around you. You can create a story of your friends, of your family, of someone around you that's suffering that could use our products. So I tell you. I tell you, I'm sorry, Alex is texting me. Let me see. Da-da-da. So this is a key step. Be a product of the product so you can go out there and share the products with us. Here's step number four. Is make a list. Make a list of 100 people. Your list is in your inventory. No store succeeds with empty shelves. You got to make a big list, a list of 100 plus people where you put everybody in your list. And I'll tell you just a couple of tips about what I do. I recruit mindset. I train skills. My mentor said, David, recruit mindset, train skills. Recruit someone who has the right mindset, the right type of hunger. People that are successful but not satisfied. People who have a track record. People who are maybe are going out there and doing something. People that love multiple streams of income, or love passive income, and love building businesses. Look for the right type of mindset. Does everybody have the right mindset? The answer is no. Everybody doesn't have the right mindset, but you never know when the right mindset might happen. Many times, I'm telling you, this has happened to me that many times I've shown the business to someone, and a year later, they showed them to them again and they got started. Or I show the business to someone and I forget about him, and I see him getting started into my business, into someone else's business. Even that's happened to me. Someone else's business a year later. And I call him and I say, hey, bro, what happened? And he's like, man, my timing's changed in my life. David, I'm sorry. I lost contact with you. We lost contact, and my friend here contacted me, and it was the right timing. So you never know what it is. And every dub knows a stud, right? Every weenie knows a winner. So you go, but put everybody in your list. Do not prejudge. We'll pre-qualify that we can do, but we won't prejudge everybody. Put everybody in your list, and your list is a living document. You're constantly putting people, you're taking people out, you're adding people in, you're taking people out. This is a living document, your list that is happening. Here's step number 5: invite your list to look at the business. And when it comes to inviting, we have some incredible diamonds in this Zoom. People like Mr. Keith Williams, people like Mr. Easy and Dr. Romatia, and all that incredible team, or Ethan and Tara and Carla and Kim. I mean, all these people that are incredible at inviting, amazing at inviting. But I'll give you a couple of tips. When it comes to inviting, you got to keep it simple. You got to keep it simple. Curiosity is the goal, not to explain everything. I gave the example the other day of the movie The Sixth Sense, right? Everybody seen The Sixth Sense? I hope so. It's 30 years ago, 30 years ago. Hey, well, if someone would have told you, hey, listen, Bruce Willis is a ghost at the end. You're like, what? What do you mean? You told me the best part. I don't have to go watch the movie now. Don't spoil the ending of the movie. You got to keep it simple. And when you're inviting, there's so many different strategies in inviting, but one of the things I like to focus on other people. I like to focus and see what other people want. Like if I'm inviting, I remember one time I was inviting my neighbor, and my neighbor has a couple of kids. She was working 2 jobs, and I knew I spoken to her. She kind of vented to me that what was the things that she wanted, the things she was struggling, and I remember asking her to look at my business, and then but instead of asking her, hey, listen, I have a business, will you take a look at it? Instead of doing that, I just talked to her about what she wants. Say, hey, Mary, if I can show you a way to spend more time with your children, more time at home, and make the same money or even more money than you're making right now, is that worth 30 minutes of your time? She said, David, absolutely. What do you got? I'm like, well, I got something really cool. Let me show you. And she looked at it and she got started. You see, I wasn't focused on anything else but what Mary wanted. I didn't talk about the business. I didn't talk about 13 ways we get paid, or a dual comp plan. I didn't talk about any of this. I didn't talk about products. I just talked about what she wanted. You got to talk to people in their terms in order for them, because everybody gets started for their own reasons. And if you can figure out what is their main reason, what is their main motivation, what is it they want most, or what is it they don't want most, either of those, you have it in to be able to say, hey, take a look at this, because this can be something to help you get what you want most and to keep you away from what you don't want most. Use it that way. Next, step number 6 is present the business to your contacts. So now that we invited people to look at your business, you're going to present the business to your contact. And the best way to present is to keep things duplicatable. You see, hear me out what I'm going to say. People don't say no to network marketing. They don't say no to affiliate marketing. They don't say no to $20,000 a month. People say no to what they have to do after they say yes. Am I right on this? People say no to what they have to do after they say yes. So if I tell you, hey, you want 20,000, you're like, yes, I do, but what do I have to do for it? That's the question, right? What do I have to do for it? So you got to show people, when you present to people, you're also training people. That's the key. You're not just recruiting, you're training people how they're going to recruit other people. This is the key of duplication. So this is why tools are key. You keep tools, Zooms, videos, third-party validation. Third-party validation is three-way call with edification. If I'm edifying someone, and my upline diamond is Joy, and I say, hey, I want to introduce you to my upline diamond, Joy. She's incredible, is an incredible individual. She loves to help people, and she's extremely successful in what she does. And I'm just very honored to have her on the call. I can't wait for you to meet her. Let me click over so you can meet her. You see, at third-party validation, now I'm having a diamond work for me. You see, the diamonds here, every diamond here, by the way, they're your number one employee. They work for you. Diamonds work for you. You can employ them by talking to them and getting into their calendar. Say I have a call that, and this is the person, or in fact, I have this person that I want to reach out to. How can I reach out? Any ideas on how I can reach out to this person? And then find out. And the diamond will help you do that. So the system does the heavy lifting for you. You got to keep it duplicatable by letting the system do the heavy lifting for you. Then the eight steps, and it's connect to the system. Our weekly online events, our online events that we have right here, events, live events that we have in person, team chats and leadership calls that we're having. This system builds belief, and so you want to be able to connect people to the system. In fact, I can honestly tell you that the first six steps is all about launching your business. The seventh step is about now retention of the seven and eight is about retention of your business. So you have launching your business, then retention your business. So connect people to the system is key. Connecting. I mean, we have almost 400 people right now in this Zoom right now. Let me tell you, this is exciting. You got to keep connected to the system. You got to stay warm. And I want to give you some. I'm gonna talk further on this at the very end. But the system is key. Systems like the AM powers that we have every single morning. If you don't cannot catch it live, catch the replay. We have incredible individuals that are giving tips and exciting ideas on how you can go out there and build a big business. You know, I was telling my son the other day, and my son's 8 years old, and he's gotten to a point where uh, he's eight, so he thinks that he knows everything already. It's funny. I'm like, you're eight, you don't know nothing, my child. I love you so much, buddy. But I was telling him this because I'm trying to tell him a couple of things, some advice and something that he's working through. So I'm like, listen, if let's say me and you were driving and we were crossing a bridge and someone stops us and runs towards us and all bloodied up and says, hey, stop, do not go any forward, the bridge is out, will you say, hey, get out of the way, don't mind your own business and keep driving? My son was like, no, I would never do that, daddy. He goes, why not? He goes, because the bridge is out and he's telling me not to go. He goes, exactly. You see, there's people out there that have walked the path before you. They know exactly what the speed bumps are at. They know where the booby traps are at. They know where they're at. And they're saying, hey, don't step here. There's a landmine. Step over here instead. Hey, you see that part right there? Don't say that because it creates this. Do this instead. This is what this system does. You accelerate yourself, accelerate your business by capitalizing on other people's experiences. This is why this is key. I mean, how many of you already that are brand new already feel that you have gotten some value out of this training? I mean, and there's more trainings that are follow. There's more incredible trainers that are constantly learning, constantly being working and doing this. The next step is personal development. My goodness, if there's anything that you should be passionate and working on, is working on yourself. You want to carve time daily to read, to study, to learn, and to reflect on yourself. Reflect on how you can become better. This is the key for growth, by the way. Growth is all about personal development and growing and reflecting. I mean, it's one of the key things that I had has happened to me this year. One of the benefit things that I this year is that it's reflecting on what the things that I've done, reflecting on the mistakes that I've made, how I can improve myself, reflecting on the things that I'm not aware of, my shadow, and the things that repeatedly come at me from different people. Because if it's coming from different people, the same things, then maybe I should take a look at this. These things. This is key for personal growth, my friend. You gotta self-reflect. You gotta read. I mean, there's so many books. I mean, I have a shelf full of books right now that I'm reading, and I sleep with it by my nightstand. Brooke can verify this for me. It's by my nightstand. I have four books. I have a leadership book. I have a mindset book. I have a spiritual book next to me, and I have a relationship book next to me. So every day, every night before I grab one of those books and I read a chapter and I put the book down again. But every day before I go to sleep, I'm depositing. Because why do I do it? By the way, I do it strategically before I go to sleep because my subconsciously, I want to program my subconscious during when I'm sleeping. So if I'm going to read, might as well capitalize on the human design of programming your subconscious mind. So personal development is key. I recommend any of the books they're calling. I mean, there's so many incredible books. I mean, how many of you love to do personal development? Put a one in the chat for me if you love doing personal development, if you love doing that. And if you're also, by the way, I would love to see what books have you read or are you reading right now that are excited you. Put those books right now. I want people to see some of these books. I'm gonna tell you my one of my personal books is The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. My goodness, I just got done reading that book last month, and I cannot. Amazing, amazing book. Look at that. Think and Grow Rich. I saw the Bible there, the ABCs of Health, uh, the Four Agreements. You know, there. Look, the Atomic Habits, the Bible. Amazing. Yes, eat the frog. Love the Atomic. You see, leaders grow. The leaders, there's leaders eat last. You know, of so look at all these books, guys. If you're brand new with us, pick one of those books and get started. Pick one of those books and just get started with reading. Okay, use that and deposit within yourself. I'm telling you, this is what makes the difference in people's lives. It's what makes the difference in people's that. It's what makes a difference in the lives of so many people. And you see, when you're constantly depositing in front of you, here's what happens. You are constantly giving. In other words, you're giving other people. You're giving of yourself to the people. When someone comes to you, say, "Hey, man, man, Karen, I don't know. I show this to five people. They laugh at me. I don't know if this is for me, Karen." You got to be able to, Karen, you got to be able to deposit into that individual and give them, but you cannot give that which you don't have. So whenever you fill up your cup with personal development, you'll be able to tell that individual, look, man, not I understand how you feel. I understand that you feel maybe this feels kind of heavy. Say it's always hard when the closest people that we love reject us. No one likes rejections, but everybody that has ever gone out there to accomplish something great has faced rejection. Everybody that has accomplished something great, nothing great was never accomplished without overcoming. You know, Theodore Roosevelt said, never throughout life has a man that lived a life of ease left a name worth remembering. It's that individual. In fact, by the way, that's a hell of a quote, by the way. That's how you get your face in the side of a mountain, saying stuff like that. You want your face in the side of a mountain? You gotta say stuff like Theodore Roosevelt said. That's how it works. So, but you got to be able to give to people, and you cannot give that which you don't have. So you got to get ready. You got to get ready for this. And so I want to share with you just to stop this right here. I do want to share with you something that is very very true. I recently and it has to do with growth and personal development, and it has to do with connecting to the system because what ends up happening is that um, can I go metaphysical for you and spiritual on you? Can I do that? Do you give me permission to do that? To go metaphysical, spiritual for you? Is that okay? I don't want to offend anybody here. And you know, I talk about God, but I also again I don't want to offend anybody. I talk about, but I'm gonna refer to God as the universe. Is that okay? Don't hate me either as well for that. But just to be politically correct, let's just say. But God, the universe, to me, is the same thing. Okay, so stay with me in this one. Um, you always get what you want. Can I? I know that sounds like I always get what I want. Yes, but first, what happens is you must understand what it is that you truly want. See, people say if the universe gives us what I want, why do I keep getting the opposite? And the answer is that it's hidden in the question itself. You see, most people do not actually know what they want. They say they want success, but they spend every day immersed in the feeling of fear, doubt, anticipation of failure. You see, when you do this thing, this is where you're vibrating. Everything is a vibration. You're a frequency in this universe. Your frequency. We are right currently in a frequency of a soup of energy. So you see, so if they say they want love, but they're actually but if your emotional vocabulary your emotional vocabulary, excuse me, I was training Spanish earlier. Their emotional vocabulary is shaped in the expectations of abandonment, of rejection. That's what the universe hears. They say they want abundance, but their nervous system is trained to constantly scan for what's missing or what's scarce or what might run out or what could go wrong. This is the irony of what the universe that God created, by the way. You don't manifest what you say you want. You manifest what you are. You are like a turn like one of those forks. What's it called? You know the vibrational fork, tuning forks. You're like one of those tuning forks, vibrating your reality into existence. You attract not words, but your state of being, not the surface thoughts, but your emotional atmosphere is what gets attracted to you. And we're literally swimming in a pool of thoughts that we're constantly attracting things into our lives. So the game of the universe is powerful and subtle. You always get what you want, but the game is played beneath the consciousness. Always, it's played in a deeper layer of identity, emotions, belief. This vibration of frequency that we constantly push out of our consciousness. If you wish to move through life as a creator instead of creating circumstances, there's one truth you have to understand. There's one truth: the universe is not listening to your lips; it's listening to your nerves. It's listening to the tension in your belly, the rhythm in your breath, the electromagnetic hum in your heart. It responds not with your wish, but with what you know. It responds to your inner posture, your emotional certainty, your unconscious commitment. So the real question becomes, what am I truly wanting beneath the surface? That's the real question, because what emotion am I rehearsing constantly, so faithfully that's it has become a real that has become the real request to the universe, because there's emotional cycles inside of us that keep repeating itself over and over and over, and you ask yourself, why am I getting the same thing over and over? I'm speaking something, but guess what? Your emotional compass is saying something else, and you're attracting different things, because that's what is granted to you. So you may say, I want peace, but if your daily emotional reality is overwhelmed, resentment, or inner conflict, the universe hears your emotion, not your wish that you want. You may say, I want to be a black diamond, but underneath you feel unworthy or terrified of success or afraid to be seen. Then the universe answers in true requests and the emotional requests. So and so it starts delivering more situations to match the inner fear that you secretly are carrying within you. So there's this is now there's hope to this, by the way, because when I'm talking about, again, it's very metaphysical. It's very a vibration where you can say one thing but you feel something different, and when that happens, that's the real language of the universe. That's why faith is such an incredible emotion. The emotions of emotions, to have faith, to vibrate in a state of faith. There's a great book that says that ye who has the faith of a mustard seed can move mountains. Mountains are moved when you vibrate in that place. That's what the great the are the, that's what he was saying. That's what he was talking about. So you can change what you attract the moment you change your state in which you live in. The universe is not pushing you; it's responding to you. I wanted a pink bottle. That's why I got a pink bottle. So the universe is not punishing you. It's responding to you. The moment you shift your inner world, your breath, your posture, your faith, your certainty, your outer world begins to arrange itself, and it always in ways that you cannot imagine. So your future is not written in stones. It's written in vibration. It's written in your emotional state. So every single decision you make, you have to understand that this is the vibrational state in which you are operating in. You are one emotional shift away from completely changing your life. You see, if you wanted 2026 better than 2025, you got to change your emotional state. You got to change in the frequency in which you're vibrating, because what you desire in your emotional reality finally speaks the same language. The universe rushes to fulfill it. Not slowly, not eventually, but literally almost immediately, faithfully and abundantly, I would even say. You know, I when I first got started into here Vital Health, we Brooke and I we got to work, and we sponsored 28 people. 28 people got started within my business, within our business. And when we guess, and guess what happens? 28 people out of 28 people, the product didn't show up for 2 months. So 28 people out of that, only one person stay with us. Only one. And that is Andrew Chapa, by the way. Only stay with us. The other 27 people didn't make it. Now, here's the way I know what was happening. The universe likes to test your commitment. See, some people, you see, you say you want something, the universe wants to test your commitment. And it says, hey, do you really want this? Let's find out. But after that happens, and you say, and you prove yourself that you really are in this to win this, that you really are gonna make this happen, this is where the real miracle begins. And what ends up happening, we started attracting the right people into the business. And I started making and started, okay, let's do it again. Let's start recruiting again. So we started making calls, and the miracle happened. We found an individual. His name is Sergio Alvarez. Sergio Alvarez. I drove an hour to go see him. He lived about an hour, almost an hour and a half to go see him. He has no car. He was completely broke. His diabetes was like at 365. It was crazy. I brought some of my products. I didn't even understand the products. I brought it to him. I said, hey, here, take this. This is the compensation plan. This is amazing. Yeah, and he got started, and immediately what I did, I went to action. I said, "Let's launch your business," and we started making calls. And he put me in front of a lady named Diana. Diana, I drove to Dallas, sat down with Diana. I showed the presentation to Diana. I said, Diana, this is what we're doing. We're about to launch this company, brand new company, entering the United States. The opportunity is amazing. I cast vision. Diana got started. Diana put me in front of the guy. I said, Diana, I know you're excited. Who do you know right now that we can talk to? It's 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Can you bring somebody right now? By 3 o'clock, she had a guy there open. His name was Felipe. Felipe saw the business. He loved everything. He got started. Felipe then we started making calls, and Felipe and Diana put me in front of a guy named Juan. Juan got really excited. Juan was supposed to come over. He didn't come over. Say, hey, let's jump on a Zoom. I was like, no, no excuses, nowhere. You cannot come over. You can't drive. Let's jump on a Zoom right now. I can show you the business. I showed him the business. Juan got started. Juan then when started was building, he brought in a lady named Carmen. Carmen brought an individual named Dr. Claudia. She's here, Doctora Claudia. And that line is right now is continuing. Let me tell you what happens. Sergio went triple diamond. Diana went double diamond. Felipe went double diamond. Diana brought Juan. Juan went diamond. She brought Carmen, went double diamond. Doctora Claudia went diamond. And that line is still going. And it was almost easy, to be honest. Now, the first 2 months, that was not easy. It was not easy having 28 people tell me, David, where's my product? You told me my products were going to arrive. Where are they? That was not easy. That part, it was testing me. It was a test. I passed the test, and immediately I found a line of business of diamonds right now. That line now I can tell you that line now has We promoted another diamond. They promoted two more diamonds in Houston. They promoted another double diamond in Colombia. They promoted another diamond in Colombia as well. Even jumped internationally. I'm telling you guys, that's where the moment you become the person you already has who already has the life you want, the universe has no choice but to deliver it. This is how it works. You were never blocked. You were never misaligned. You were in alignment, and alignment is available to every single one of you. That's how it works. You can align yourself with your dreams and your goals. I just remember, you got to remember, you are the author, not the audience. You are the cause, not the effect. And the next level is waiting for you, my friends. You for the moment, for you right now, it's a decision away. It's a decision away. And can I tell you something? I want to give you, since someone has not told you this lately, I want to tell you with all the seriousness and all the love in my heart, you are worthy. You are worthy of everything that's coming to you. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of success. You are worthy of abundance. You are worthy of people caring for you. You are worthy. You deserve this. You are worthy. You were born worthy. You were came into this earth already worthy. There's nothing else you have to do. Everything else was just taught to us. You are worthy of having everything, all the benefits and all the love that this your life has to offer. You're worthy of this, and you are definitely worthy of becoming a diamond. You're worthy of being a double black diamond and reaching the highest level that you want to reach within your organization. So in closing, I want to go ahead and bring up an individual that I have the utmost respect. This man right here has changed my life and has changed the lives of countless people. This is a man that people are just, I mean, he's sought out everywhere. He works from A to fame, but he loves people, he loves vital health, and he loves seeing people win. So without any further ado, our incredible, amazing, and loving founder, Mr. Alex Reynoso.
Mr. David, how's it going? Thank you so much. I'm on fire, man. You put me on fire with your message. How's everybody else doing? I'm on the road to the Arizona warehouse as we speak, so might not be looking at the camera. I think it's smart not to look into the camera. I'll just be looking forward here. But I want to add to what you said, David. I want to add to what you were saying because I go back a long time. And there was a point in my network marketing career where, I believed in the industry, I believed in the company, I believe in me having the ability to change my life. However, nothing happened because I let myself be guided through the ups and downs of life, to not being motivated, to not being inspired, uh, to not have the inspiration. And that it was a point in my life until I saw other people winning. And like you said, David, there's sometimes things in life that only happens when you really believe that could happen. And if you go back to Think and Grow Rich, one of my favorite books, if you go back to the Bible, another one of my favorite many books, and if you go back to people that have ever talked about that, they have things in common, right? And one of them is actually believing, having the faith because you really believe inside. And the point or the question I heard one time somebody said that really made me turn on the switch in my brain was thinking, um, just having one thing in my mind, which is why not me and why not now, right? Why not me? Why not now? As you see, and as you hear the stories of people who actually believe they work fiercelessly, they worked maybe ignorantly, and as David said, and I remember back then, David was brand new. Uh, you know, uh, Brooke. I'm sure Brooke knew more about the products then about David because she was knowledgeable on the ingredients. But back then, I remember when David was going to meet Sergio, and I'm pretty sure he didn't really, he wasn't really able to share much about the products except his belief, his energy, his fire levels that he had. And I'm sure Sergio caught the vision And Sergio, he came from, he was doing crypto, he was doing some other things. He was burned a couple things through a couple of different projects. However, he just the energy was transmitted from David to him. He caught the vision, not understanding the product, not knowing much, but just looking at the opportunity and believing and asking himself, why not me? Why not now? All you guys in this Zoom call right now, I would just dare you to really think about it and just consider that and be like, why not me? Why not now? Why can I not be the next triple diamond, blue diamond, red diamond, black diamond in the company? We're if you look at the timing, we have the timing. The best kept secret in the industry is called Vital Health. If you look at the pricing, we have it. If you look in the products, we have it. If you look at the culture, hey, we're creating the culture. You get to be a part of that. You think of the system. Back where I'm from, when I was growing up, the streets they weren't really pavement streets. They were full of rocks, right? Rocks and dirt, and those were the roads back then where I lived, where I grew up. And you were bumping everywhere you go. The car was bumping until somebody actually did the cement or pavement. They paved the road, right? And then now you can just ride there through, much faster based on the car. You can just drive there and it's a more convenient drive, right? So when we launched Vita Health in the US, yeah, the road was maybe rocky, right? Maybe you got to experience the other website and you got to experience when we didn't have the products shipped really really fast because we were accommodating and we were working through the FDA, and so maybe you lived through that. Maybe it happened to you that yeah, products took a lot longer to arrive than what we do now. If you didn't experience that, you got it all easy now, right? It's not the same. So based on where you came in, you can actually be like, hey, the road is rocky, but now talking about timing, you have the best. You're gonna have the best experience shopping as if you try the new shop website and you experience that. You get to actually experience that now. We get shipping times now where products we actually had to tell the warehouse, hey, do not ship the products the same day for now in this migration because some orders they're not being perfect right now. So we actually had to tell them to wait and take one day to process so we can make sure that the orders were actually coming in through fine and people had that. So imagine that. Imagine having that problem. Now, commissions have been paid. History, stories of other successful entrepreneurs in Vital Health, they're being made. People that actually come here and they enjoy $7,000, $8,000, $10,000, $15,000 the first month, not making income claims here because yes, there was sweat, effort, a lot of work, a lot of inviting customers, and all the yada yada yada, and all the things for FTC that I have to say because of common sense. I think it's common sense that what the FTC needs, what you need to say in order for us to understand that they have to work their butt off to make that money, right? But the stories are there. Now it's not such a rocky road anymore. Now it's the road is paved for you to actually just start running. And as David says, there's sometimes in life where there's a day that is marked. Sometimes when it's a relevant thing that happens in your life, you say that date, right? Whenever maybe your dad died, if in case you don't have a dad, that becomes a day that you remember. Your birth date, you remember. The day you start in Vital Health, you remember. There's certain times in your life that you remember because of the importance of that day, right? You get to save that in your memory. Well, I want to invite you to have that day in Vital Health, not when you signed up in Vital Health, not when you enrolled in Vital Health, but the actual day where you said, this is it. Why not me? Why not now? If all these other guys are doing it, it's my time. I have the timing, I have the products, I have the prices, I have everything to make it happen. And it's time to make this your day. In our end, we're doing everything in our day today, and as you can see this few days, we're doing everything. Memberships, discounted memberships. We're doing free loyalty products, maximum tier on the loyalty rewards. We're doing Black Friday prices. Do I need to say it? There's no excuses now, guys. There's no excuses. We're throwing everything to help you grow. And I want you to ask yourself, why not me? Why not now? There's no difference between all these other guys winning and me, except what I'm thinking, except if you're buying your excuses, except if you're letting your negative voice in your head get to you and start putting dumb or lame. I can say lame. I'm not sure if it's appropriate, but it's a word that comes to my mind right now. I don't want to say lame excuses or focus on dumb things. I when I get on fire, there's certain words just come out. So I apologize if it's not appropriate for me to say, or you don't consider them maybe to be appropriate. But I want to tell you, do not believe that voice, that negative voice in your head. Is the time is now. The time is not tomorrow. The time is not no, the time is now for you to take massive action to change your life. Everything is thrown at the table. It's ready for you to grow. And I remember I'm sure there's an easier way to say this, but I remember back then when I was in my mom's house, and she cooked, right? She cooked for everybody. She still cooks for me. Every time I go visit my mom, she still cooks for me. I think that's a way. That's definitely one of the ways my mom has to show love for me. Um, she wasn't a hugger person. She wasn't that type of feeling her love expression, but definitely one of them was taking care of me, praying for me because I she prayed a lot for me, and but she always cooks for me all this the most delicious food. I think that's why I'm a foodie, just like David, because I like that's one of the ways my mom showed love to me. So whenever the food was ready in the table, it was for you to go and grabs, right? It was up for grabbing. I'm not sure what the word was, but the point here is the food is served right now. Everything is on the table for you to come and take it, and it will be smart of you to just take advantage of that and just run. It's a time right now because in a year from now, that same story that David says somebody else will be saying the same thing. It might be easy saying, "Hey, you know what? Alex got me excited, got me on fire. November 30th, I went and I visited this person in an hour away. This person brought me to this other one. This other one got me to this other one. Look at all this diamond rain that's coming out from making that smart decision of just asking myself, why not me and why not now? Do not waste the opportunity you have in front of you. You have to run. You have to go all in, and I can guarantee you, it's gonna be worth your time, guys. So, with that said, I am gonna go. Thank you for having me here, David. Take it on, my brother.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for taking that time. Oh my goodness, guys, this is incredible. And yes, I am. I call myself a foodie, but Brooke tells me I'm a fatty because she goes, "You're not a foodie, you're a fatty." So, but I like foodie better. It sounds better when I say I'm a foodie, actually. So we're gonna go with my CEO's example of hey, I'm a foodie here. So, guys, thank you very much. We're excited to do this, and let's go out there and make it happen, man. What an incredible time. Go ahead and talk to your teams. Let them know why you're so excited. Let them know that why this is happening, and let's share this with everybody.